This is One-on-One. Coming to you from the Tisch WNET studios here at Lincoln Center, I want to introduce you to a fabulous, talented guest that we have. She is Eve Ensler. She's a playwright, performer, artist. Her latest play off-Broadway is called Emotional Creature. You may have heard the other play that she had called The Vagina Monologues. Now, wait a minute. Just let me tell you what we're laughing about. Right before we got on the air, I said, Eve, what's it like to be known as someone who, the person who created the Vagina Monologues? And you said, I was at the shoe store and someone said, hey.
No, I said I didn't dream of growing up and being called the Vagina Lady in the shoe store, where I'm sitting there, someone goes, there she is, the Vagina Lady.
But I called BS on that because I don't buy that's happening.
All the time. And it doesn't matter where I am in the world, by the way. Like, I'll be sitting on an airplane and someone will go, Vagina? You know?
Stop!
All the time.
And you say, yes,
Yeah.
it's me?
And then at that moment, that person sits down and tells me their story for the next 2 hours.
That's the greatest.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Like, how do you top that? So talk to us about, by the way, let everyone know, and by the way, we'll put up the website. Emotional Creature, we have a clip from it, but set it up for us.
Well, we preview tonight. I'm very excited. It's based on a book that I wrote. I always knew it would be a play, but I wanted to really spend some time writing the stories and getting the monologues down. And then we've had the most amazing process. We started this in South Africa with Joe Bonney, the wonderful director, and Charles Johan Lingerfelder, a fantastic composer. And we thought we'd have some incidental music, and we ended up writing songs and creating dance and video. And then we went from South Africa to Paris, where it became a little melancholy, and added some sad songs. And then we went to Berkeley, and now we're coming home to New York. And I just have to say, it's been, for me, one of the best artistic processes I've ever had. But these girls in the play are awesome. And they're just alive and passionate and talented and fierce. And I was just looking at dress rehearsal last night, and I just said, to see 6 girls up on stage putting out that much talent and that much thought and that much heart, it's why we're in the theater. It's why we do what we do.
You're psyched.
I'm very excited.
You want to set up this clip?
Sure. I don't know which clip you're...
Okay, I'll do it. Okay. I'm not the vagina guy.
You're not the vagina guy.
I can still do this.
But you're talking to the Vagina Lady. So
not,
okay.
By the way, on PBS, we've passed our limit as a number of times. You can't say it anymore. By the way, this is from Emotional Creature, and it speaks for itself.
I am an emotional creature. Everything is intense to me. I am an emotional, devotional, erosional creature. Why would you want to shut me?
Boys want it more than girls.
No. Girls want it more than boys.
Yeah. Guys don't know what they're doing.
We got the power!
Wow. That's what is giving you this passion, excitement.
is.
Who are these young ladies?
Well, they're all incredibly, wonderfully talented girls who auditioned from New York. They're all very young. They've all been with us in Berkeley, and now they've come here, where the show's actually changed a lot. It's really gone into a new theater, and I made a lot of changes.
What theater?
It's at the Signature Theater in the Linney, which is a wonderful, wonderful new conglomeration of theaters.
On 42nd Street.
Yes, on 42nd Street between 9th and 10th. And what I feel is happening in the theater is, I think the piece is really about girls, but the girl in all of us, the girl in you, the girl in me, the girl in all of us. Yes, you've got a girl cell in you. We all do. That part that's compassionate and alive and revolutionary and big heart, big openness, feels for the world, and has the kind of zeal and desire to make change. And I think what's happening in the play is that I think it's about storytelling and hearing the stories of girls around the world, and painful stories, beautiful stories, sad stories, triumphant stories. But in the end, it's really about us all seizing our hearts and understanding that we need our hearts. And I think the heart's gotten a bad rap. I think we've all...
Whoa.
The heart's gotten a bad rap.
I don't like to interrupt, but when you say something that requires follow-up, the heart has gotten a bad rap.
Well, I think we live in a world where we believe that the brain and data and information and ideas are triumphant. And I think, of course, I believe in ideas, but I think without the heart connection, it's very hard just very hard to mobilize change and hard to mobilize transformation. I think sometimes we're all inundated with facts and inundated with the data. And so we don't do anything because we feel paralyzed. But when the heart's engaged, when emotions are engaged, then things change and you have the capacity to move things forward. I don't know about you, but I bet this is true because it happens to boys at a very early age. When I was a girl growing up, I was told, I was born in Manhattan and I grew up in Scarsdale, but I was told from a very young age that I was too intense, too dramatic, too alive. They called me Sarah Bernhardt. And I didn't even know who she was, but I knew I wanted to be her. And what they were saying is, you're too much for the world. You're too big. You feel too much. Your heart's too big. Why? Why weren't they bigger? Why didn't they rise to match my moreness and my bigness? And I think with boys, they open their mouths and they have a feeling or they cry and they're told from the instant get-go, shut it down. That's not what boys do. And I think the play is a call for something else. It's a call to be in our hearts, to be emotional.
You know, you've taken this bigness, this passion, and you've really done some terrific things other than entertaining and moving people and getting them to think. Let's talk about another initiative in the time we have left. V-Day, the 14th of February 2013, 1 billion and rising. Put it in perspective.
Well, V-Day is a global movement to end violence against women and girls. This is our 15th year. We've raised $90 million to end violence against women and girls, to go to grassroots programs around the world. And this February, we're doing the biggest action ever. On the planet right now, 1 out of 3 women will be beaten or raped in their lifetime. That's 1 billion women. So we're calling on the 1 billion women and all the men who love them to walk out of their jobs, their schools, their offices, and to dance.
Where do we sign up?
You can sign up on 1billionrising.org.
1billionrising.org.
And I know you can be dancing right here in the street outside the studio, because it's really important. If you look at everything that's going on right now, if you look at the number of women being shot and raped and killed and abused in the world, and you think of how powerful and gorgeous and necessary women are to the human existence, it's really important that we stop the violence. And I am very excited to say that already 10,000 groups have signed up, 172 countries. It is happening everywhere, from the Philippines to the mountains and the Himalayas to Alabama. It's happening throughout the planet.
I'll make sure when you leave here we'll get all the information to follow up, so that together with our 10 producers who disproportionately happen to be women, and all the guys who happen to disproportionately run the production side of things, we all find a way to participate.
Wonderful.
Because it's an incredible cause. And I want to thank you. Do you mind if I plug the play one more time?
No, please.
I know you didn't.
With pleasure.
Eve Ensler, her latest play is called Emotional Creature. It is a play at
the Signature Theater, the Linney Space on 42nd Street between 9th and 10th, and you can get it at emotionalcreature.com.
Yeah.
I hope. Emotional Creature, I don't know. I don't know if that's
correct. We got
correct.
it right there. Don't worry. Everything's on the website. Listen, I want to wish you all the best.
Thank
you. They were wrong when they said that you were too big, and we find a way to catch up.
Yeah, thank you.
We need more people like you. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Appreciate it. It's One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you very much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Medical Center, Berkeley College, TD Bank, Qualcare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, the law firm of Gibbons PC, and by Verizon Communications. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.